New at noon, the state health department is making changes to its COVID testing operations due to high demand. They will be expanding testing and vaccination hours at the IMS clinic starting today. Now it will now be open Tuesday through Friday from noon until 8 p.m. and 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. on Saturdays through January 22nd. Also starting today, state and local health departments limiting who can get a rapid test. It will only be available to people younger than 18 and those older than 50 with symptoms. Now they say the change is necessary because of the national shortage of those rapid tests. Well, happening today, President Biden is meeting with his COVID response team as the Omicron variant wreaks havoc across the country. Americans are seeking guidance on testing and isolation periods to help plan their return to work or getting their kids back to school. As NBC's Alice Barr tells us, expanded vaccine booster access may soon offer more protection in the classroom as schools struggle to reopen.
President Biden meeting with his COVID advisors today on the federal response to the Omicron variant as the U.S. surpassed 56 million COVID cases just one day after hitting the 55 million mark.
So this is a very fast-moving wave of infection.
The sheer number of cases is increasing hospitalizations, but with mounting evidence Omicron infections are less severe, medical experts are hoping for a silver lining.
If there are future variants, that they will impact us less because we have so much immunity in our population.
But that doesn't ease the challenges now as school districts struggle to reopen after winter break with COVID sidelining large numbers of staff and tests still hard to come by. Some sites closing early after running out of supplies.
This is very frustrating because it says 8 to 4 and we're trying to get our children tested for school.
More vaccine protection in schools is on the way, with the FDA authorizing Pfizer booster shots for kids aged 12 to 15, 5 months after their second dose. Also allowing third doses for some 5 to 11-year-olds with compromised immune systems. The CDC is expected to sign off tomorrow and may also update its guidance to recommend retesting after the shortened 5-day isolation period amid heavy criticism.
We're seeing record numbers of children hospitalized with COVID, but it's unclear if severe cases in kids are increasing or if that's just a product of the overall number of infections. We're also learning some of those cases involve children being treated for other conditions who then test positive for the virus. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
And back here in Indiana, the new legislative session begins today at the State House. Then on Thursday, lawmakers will have a hearing for a bill to end the governor's public health state of emergency. This bill could cut workplace vaccine mandates. Thursday, a committee will amend and vote on that bill so it can move to the House for consideration. Last month, leaders in the business and healthcare community spoke out against the plan. And changes due to COVID are happening at area schools. We've learned Avon will require students at all of their schools to start wearing masks again. That began today as students return from winter break. Avon says they will continue the mask policy through at least the end of January. Now, this is happening as cases surge across the state. Rich Nye found many parents scrambling to get their children tested for COVID before sending them back to school.
Lauren Dunbar's family was exposed at a Christmas gathering to someone who was tested positive for COVID-19.
I don't want to transmit it to anyone else unknowingly, so I just want to know if they've become positive that I keep them home.
This COVID-19 testing site is hosted by the Clark Pleasant Community School Corporation in Johnson County. It's run and paid for by the state with free walk-in testing. And there are plenty of parents here hoping a negative test will help them send their kids back to school.
Just to make sure we don't have it, so close contact, and we just want to make sure we're in the clear.
Whiteland High School sophomore Justin Cecina is fully vaccinated, but wanted to get tested after experiencing COVID symptoms.
I feel like if I don't, I can put other people's lives at risk, and I don't want to do that, including just older people or younger people too.
Schools are adjusting local policies after new guidance from the CDC and State Health Department, reducing the quarantine to 5 days after a positive test.